Dear child, the waiting you endured was not meaningless, and it was not forgotten. Every moment of uncertainty, every quiet prayer, every time you wondered if your heart was holding onto something real has led you here. The season of waiting has reached its end, not because you forced it, but because the time is right. Something has shifted beneath the surface, something that could not be rushed. Your soulmate is awakening, and with that awakening comes clarity. They are finally seeing you, not through fear, not through past wounds, not through confusion, but through truth. What they recognize now is your light, your depth, your patience, and the love you have always carried. If you have felt a deep calm settle in your spirit recently, a sense of quiet knowing without any clear explanation, it is because alignment has begun. This moment did not arrive loudly. It arrived gently, deliberately, and with purpose. You are not imagining this change. It is real, and it is unfolding naturally. Now is the time to breathe deeply and release the tension you have been holding. The weight you carried alone for so long is beginning to lift. The struggle is no longer ahead of you. It is behind you. The connection that once felt distant or uncertain is becoming undeniable. Your soulmate can no longer ignore what they feel. What they once tried to suppress or rationalize away is rising to the surface. They are realizing that the bond you share was never ordinary, never replaceable, never temporary. The truth has become impossible for them to avoid. The veil has lifted, and they see your heart clearly. They see who you truly are, and this realization is changing how they view the past, the present, and the future. There were moments when you questioned whether this would ever happen. Moments when silence felt louder than words. Moments when you wondered if believing was costing you too much. But your perseverance was not weakness. Your faith was not misplaced. You were being shaped during that time, strengthened in ways you may only now begin to understand. While you waited, growth was happening on both sides. Healing was taking place, even when it felt slow or invisible. Divine timing does not move according to human impatience. It moves according to readiness. Your soulmate has reached a point where they can no longer deny what their heart knows. They are awakening not only to you, but to themselves. Old fears are losing their power. Old walls are beginning to crumble. The part of them that once hesitated is being replaced by clarity. They are starting to understand that walking away from this connection was never true freedom. The truth kept calling them back, and now they are listening. What comes next may surprise you, but it will not confuse you. It will feel different from the past. It will feel intentional. It will feel grounded. Their next move will carry weight because it is coming from awareness, not impulse. You may feel it before you see it, a shift in energy, a sense that something is finally moving forward instead of circling in place. Trust that feeling. It is guiding you toward what is real. This moment is not just about love in the emotional sense. It is about alignment in every sense. Two lives that have been moving through separate lessons are finally arriving at the same place. This is the season where love stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like peace, where connection no longer requires guessing or waiting for signs, where actions begin to speak clearly. You are supported in this transition. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. The same force that carried you through the waiting is guiding you through the unfolding. You do not need to rush. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to chase what is already choosing you. Allow the unfolding to happen naturally, without fear or control. Your soulmate is undergoing transformation. They are shedding patterns that once kept them distant. They are releasing old stories that no longer define them. This process is not sudden or shallow. It is deep, internal, and sincere. As they step into a higher version of themselves, they are becoming capable of meeting you in the way you deserve. At the same time, you are being invited to step into your own wholeness, to receive without guilt, to open without fear. This connection is meant to heal both of you, not by erasing the past, but by giving it meaning. The pain, the waiting, the lessons were part of the preparation. Love that arrives without growth cannot last. Love that comes after growth carries depth, respect, and stability. This is the kind of love now unfolding. With this love comes peace, not chaos, a settling of the heart, a sense of safety, a feeling of being understood without having to explain yourself. You may notice your body relaxing, your mind quieting, your spirit softening. This is what alignment feels like. It does not overwhelm, it grounds. Stay open as this unfolds. Do not close your heart out of old fear. Do not question what is arriving simply because it took time. You are allowed to receive something good. You are allowed to step into a season where love feels mutual, clear, and supportive. This is not about losing yourself. It is about meeting someone who recognizes you. Their next step will not be small. It will be a reflection of their internal shift. It will be their way of acknowledging the truth they can no longer ignore. It may come differently than you imagined, but it will arrive with sincerity, and when it does, you will know. Your heart will recognize it as confirmation, not confusion. This love has a purpose beyond the two of you. When two people choose love with awareness, it radiates outward. It brings hope to others. It reminds the world that patience can be rewarded, that growth matters, that real connection still exists. Your bond carries that energy. Release the need to control what happens next. Trust that what is unfolding is guided. Trust that you are safe to receive. Trust that you do not need to protect yourself from what is meant to nurture you. You have already done the hardest part. You waited. You grew. You stayed open. You are ready now, ready to receive love that is more honest than before, ready to experience connection that is steady instead of uncertain, ready to step into a chapter where love feels like partnership, not guessing. Your soulmate is moving toward you with a heart that is awakening and with intentions that are becoming clear. This is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of something deeper. The waiting has ended. The truth is surfacing. And what comes next will bring not only surprise, but peace. You are standing at a moment where your heart is finally ready to open without fear. This is a season of receiving, not holding back. You have learned what it means to protect yourself, to survive disappointment, to wait even when it hurt. Now, you are being asked to soften again, not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to trust. Trust does not mean ignoring your past. It means understanding that your past prepared you for something better. Love is not approaching you by accident. It is arriving because the timing is right, because you are ready, and because everything that needed to happen has already unfolded behind the scenes. For a long time, you may have felt like the waiting itself was the lesson. You stayed hopeful when answers were slow. You kept going when clarity was missing. You learned patience not because you wanted to, but because life demanded it of you. And through that waiting, something important changed inside you. You became more grounded. You became more aware of what you truly need. You stopped chasing love and started understanding your own worth. That shift matters more than you realize, because the love that is coming is not meant to be chased or questioned. It is meant to meet you where you stand. The universe has been quietly arranging this moment, not loudly, not all at once, but carefully. Every delay, every detour, every closed door was guiding you away from what could not sustain you and toward what could. The angels were present even when you felt unsure, even when silence made you doubt. Guidance does not always feel like comfort in the moment, but it always makes sense in hindsight. What once felt confusing now begins to feel purposeful. Your soulmate has also been on a journey. They did not arrive here unchanged or unaware. They have been learning, healing, and facing parts of themselves they once avoided. Sometimes love pauses not because it lacks strength, but because it demands growth. Some people need time to become emotionally ready to hold something sacred. That time was not wasted, it was necessary. And now, something within them is shifting into clarity. Their next step will not come from fear or hesitation. It will come from readiness. When that movement happens, you will feel it not as chaos, but as calm. True alignment does not shake your peace. It settles it. It does not leave you guessing. It reassures you. You will notice that instead of overthinking, you begin to breathe easier. Instead of questioning your value, you feel affirmed. That is how you will know this is different. This love does not drain you, it steadies you. Everything you endured taught you discernment. You learned the difference between intensity and truth, between attachment and devotion, between attention and love. Those lessons were not meant to harden you. They were meant to refine you. Now, you are able to recognize love that comes with respect, consistency, and clarity. You are able to receive without shrinking yourself. That is growth. This love is not arriving to distract you or temporarily fill a space. It is coming to heal, to restore balance, and to bring peace where there was once uncertainty. It will touch parts of you that have been quietly tired for a long time. It will remind you that love can feel safe, steady, and nourishing. It will not demand that you become someone else. It will meet you as you are and grow with you. As your soulmate's awareness deepens, you may notice something awakening within yourself as well. This connection reflects you back to yourself. You begin to see how far you have come, how much you have changed, how strong you truly are. You realize that this journey was never only about finding another person. It was about becoming whole. It was about learning that love is not something you have to earn by suffering. It is something you are worthy of simply by being who you are. This bond goes beyond surface attraction. It is rooted in understanding, compassion, and shared growth. It encourages honesty instead of fear. It invites healing instead of defense. It allows space for both of you to evolve without losing yourselves. This kind of love does not rush, but it also does not retreat. It stays present. It chooses connection, even when vulnerability feels uncomfortable. You are being asked now not to carry old fears forward. Past wounds serve their purpose, but they do not belong in this new chapter. Protection once kept you safe, but openness will allow you to receive what you prayed for. Letting go does not mean forgetting what hurt you. It means trusting that you are no longer in the same place. There may be moments when the depth of this transition feels overwhelming. Real love has weight. It brings truth to the surface. It asks you to release what no longer aligns. But intensity does not mean danger. Sometimes it simply means significance. The angels are present through every step, reminding you that you are supported, that you are guided, that you are not walking alone. When your soulmate steps forward, you will meet them not from emptiness, but from wholeness. You will recognize that you no longer need to convince yourself or anyone else. The connection will speak for itself. You will feel chosen, seen, and understood in ways that settle your spirit. This union carries purpose beyond the two of you. Love grounded in truth has a ripple effect. It heals not only the hearts involved, but the spaces around them. It becomes a quiet example of what is possible when patience, growth, and faith come together. Your connection will not need to prove itself loudly. Its presence will be enough. Do not fear what is unfolding. Do not resist what is gently arriving. Allow yourself to receive with trust. Everything that needed to happen has already prepared you for this moment. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Trust the journey. Trust the timing. Trust the love that is approaching you now with clarity and intention. What is beginning is not fragile. It is rooted, and this is only the beginning of something meaningful, lasting, and deeply aligned with who you are becoming.